Alfie Mesa, PJ Loyello, and I went to see Maria and Maritza and Penelope Fernandez, and we told Maria that Jeffrey and the Marlins had opened a trust and started a trust and funded a trust fund for Penelope that would take care of all of Penelope's education, as well as give an allocation of money to Maritza every single year. And it was an emotional meeting, but the real point of it was to let them know that a couple things. One, we promised we'd be in their lives forever, and we promised that the Marlins were family, and that Jeffrey felt that way about them, and I do as well. And that from Maria's standpoint, she would never have to worry about Penelope's education. So for the rest of Penelope's life, whatever she wanted to do, if she wants to be a doctor, a lawyer, a psychologist, a reporter, whatever she wants to do, she has an opportunity to go to school and graduate completely debt-free. And then when she gets older, I, as the trustee, will distribute the rest of the money to her when she is much older, an older adult. And I spent some time holding her and trying to avoid being drooled on by her because we had a game coming up. And she's a happy, great kid, and you know, it doesn't take away any of the hurt or any of the emotions that she'll go through as she gets older and realizes that she doesn't have a father who's alive and starts to learn about Jose. And but at least that this is something that Jeffrey and I and all of the Marlins could do to at least get her in a position to have a successful life, which we always believe starts with education.
As far as the amount that's been set up, if you talk a little bit about that.
So I'm not really going to talk about the amounts. You know, there have been reports of amounts, and I guess that you can take that for what it is. I just think that it's enough to make sure that education will be paid for, in addition to a yearly amount to his mom every single year. So it's a substantial amount for a 3-month-old baby, but it will be not a burden for her.
Are they going to continue to live in Miami? Have they talked about staying down here, Tampa, or anything?
I think they're still trying to figure it out, you know. I mean, when you think about it, you know, Penelope's only 3 months old, and Jose only died, you know, 8 months ago. So everything's very fresh still. And so they haven't made any decisions. I don't think they're in a position right now to make those type of decisions, and I don't blame them. They don't really want to think about anything permanent right now. You know, they're adjusting to Penelope, and Maria's adjusting to Penelope. Maria's an amazing mom, and just seeing Maria light up, and Penelope is a happy baby, and she smiles, and she sleeps, and she eats, and she drools, and she's just she looks like Jose, and it was just good to hold her and to tell her that, you know, we'd be in her life forever.
David, are there any, with the All-Star game coming here, any tributes planned involving Jose that tie in with the All-Star game?
No, I don't think there are for the All-Star game at all. I think we're doing a lot of things for the All-Star game around this community, a lot of legacy projects. We're redoing a lot of parks and a lot of other things for visually impaired people. I think there's going to be a really cool pre-game ceremony at the All-Star game that'll be very Miami. I think that's what you'll see with our All-Star game, that it is very, very Miami. I don't think anyone will mistake it for any other city.
Any thoughts on when if they may come out to the park? Not yet.
You know, it's funny, we talked about it. I think it's, I think that they will come to a game. It's still hard. You know, they haven't watched any games. We talked a little bit about the team, but we really didn't talk much about it. We talked mostly about Penelope and about life and about family and about emotion. There was not a lot of baseball talk. I mean, you know, remember, that was her son and the father of her baby. Maritza's son and the father of Maria's baby. It's not about him pitching every 5 days. I mean, it's just a different perspective. The fans around the world had one piece of Jose, but remember, his mom had a totally different piece, and the mother of his child, his girlfriend, had a totally different piece. So we really didn't talk about baseball.